Tony Robbins this morning. Monday motivation. We're going live here, and let me save this one here so we can start. Give me a second. All right, so we're here. We're live. All right. I used to rule the world, seas that rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone, sweep the streets that I used to own. Okay. Good morning, my friends. Here we are. Let's start off this Monday morning. We're going live now in several platforms and in Zoom. The ones who are joining us in Zoom, welcome. And we sent an email yesterday evening, as we do every Sunday, to make sure you get the link for Zoom. It's exactly the same link for every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which we go live for motivation, products, and sales. So today we're going to talk about one of the most important impactful influencers, impactful changing life, impactful in helping people all over the planet in more than 150 countries and helping more than 50 million people on stage. We're going to talk today about Tony Robbins, and one of the things I want to start with today is with a question: why have an ordinary life when life can be extraordinary? And that's one of his main purposes in life, and one of his main purposes when you see his experiences in Unleash the Power Within, in Destiny, in Business Mastery, in Life Mastery, in any of his events. And right now, yesterday, he finished the UPW, the Unleash the Power Within virtual, and it was a program worldwide that he just finished. And all the experience was through Zoom, and there were, thousands and thousands of people all over the planet going to that event. So he's still doing the events. The first one right at the beginning of the pandemic, couple of months into the pandemic, he did his first virtual UPW, and now this one is the second one. So let me talk a little bit about his life and how he began, and what are the important things that made him change into what he is today. And for people that don't know him, that haven't heard of him, you just go to Netflix and find a series called I'm Not Your Guru, a movie, and it depicts there mostly one of the events that it's a very important one that he held up in Boca Raton, called Date with Destiny, and it's been there for many years now. And normally that program is for people that have been under duress, under stress, under a difficult circumstance in his life, or a family member or someone had a problem, or you are going through a tough time, depression, whatever. Any human being that has that's been around has problems in any family, even if you come from wealthy or poor, whatever you come, you will find difficult circumstances, and that program helps out in those cases. And it's a really fantastic, because it connects you with your destiny. So sometimes you feel that your genes are the ones who depict what's going to happen to you in the future, and if you go to this event, you'll find that it's completely not true. So why have an ordinary life when life can be extraordinary? And the mastering of extraordinary life, mastering your state, your mood, and your changing your state, it's the best and most important skill set that he can show you in his programs. And one of the things that he says continuously during his events, and during his interventions, during his workshops all over the world, as I said before, he's been all over, in more than 110 countries all over the planet, giving advice, giving speeches, and giving spectacular presentations. And he found out right through his career that in more than 38 years or 40 years now, he found out that the people, one of the skills that you have to master is how to go from state to state, and how to change your state when you are in a deep problem. And it happens because you're going to get pissed off, you're going to have problems, you're going to have people's going to assault you, or you're going to have a family member passing away early. You're going to have illnesses, your family's going to have illnesses. And the thing about it is how to change your state very quickly, and how to develop that skill set. And that's one of the most important skills that he delivers when he goes on stage. And that normally people tend to think that you make good decisions when you're pissed off, and you make much better decisions when you're joyful, and when you're playful, and when you're excited, and when you're in a good mood. So in order to excel, one of the things he gives you through his events is giving you the opportunity to understand how to change your state to make better decisions. Because in the end, decisions are the ones that form your personality and your personal reality, and you will succeed with this skill set, with the mindset, with having a great mindset, and having the possibility of changing quickly, and not immersing yourself in the problem, within the problem, and you won't get out of it. So after going to so many countries, one of the things he found was that the humanity has 6 human needs. Every person, every people from every culture, from any country in the world, have 6 human needs. And those human needs, he found out during the course of his career, that every single one of them has this. It's a common issue. If you're Muslim, if you're Hindu, if you're Catholic, if you are whatever you are, whatever culture you come from, whatever religion you pursue, every single one of them has 6 human needs. And those human needs are easy. It's certainty is the first human need. Certainty. You want to avoid pain and have pleasure. Uncertainty, you want to have variety. You're going to have different experiences. So it's certainty, and the second one is uncertainty. So you need to be certain that things are going to work out fine, and you need uncertainty to have the element of surprise. then significance, then growth. Significance, everyone wants to have significance, and now we are in this world that everything needs significance, and right away, really quickly, really use Facebook to get significance. You use Instagram, you use any platform, and you put out there your life, and that brings out the significance. And then growth, everyone needs to grow, everybody needs to grow. Love and helping back. So these 6 human needs are basic to understanding how to switch and how to change your mindset, and how to change your state, what we were talking in the beginning, because changing your state is a skill set that is critical to enjoying your life. When you see those 6 human needs, 2 of them, the 2 of them where you focus the most are the 2 ones that control your life. And if you focus on love and certainty, if you focus on uncertainty, you do a lot of risks, and you love to go out there and have a plan, and be aggressive in certain things, and you have a variety. The ones you focus, the 2 ones that you focus are the ones that control your life. And and one of the things he invites us is, okay, if you want to focus on love, if you want to focus on certainty, you have to acknowledge that and play out your life with that. Some people say they want to focus on love, but all they do is criticize and do totally different things, and they would say something but act differently. And the way to acknowledging that and to having an extraordinary life is that if you focus on love, then you go forward with it, and everything you do in your life, everything you try to accomplish, goes through that human need. And his ability, his best ability is to get there, to have an extraordinary life, quicker, easier, faster, and better. So quicker, easier, faster, and better. Because one of the things he has found out during all these years is that many people will feel that they are not successful, that they are not rich, they are not complete, that something is missing, and they focus on what's missing. And when you focus on what's missing, you will never be fulfilled, and you'll never have an extraordinary life. And one of the things he says is, if you are living in a country like the US and you earn $50,000 a year, you say you're poor, then when you look outside of your spectrum and you realize that in most of 180 countries in the world, people live on $2 a day, then you're rich, then you're really rich. The thing is how you look at it. The thing is how you turn out, look at it, and say, oh my God, I'm rich because I earn $50,000 a year or $38,000 a year. Maybe here, maybe in the US, that's below the poverty line, but it still is rich in many other countries of the world. And the thing about valuing that is, I'm not saying that you have to remain there. Obviously, you want to grow and perform better, but just realizing, just acknowledging, just giving thanks and being appreciated, and appreciate what you have. It makes such a good difference, and it makes such an impact in your life, because in the end you can have $1 billion, and you feel like shit. You feel like unworthy. You feel like alone. You feel betrayed. And if you focus on that, then you won't be happy. You won't have an extraordinary life. So that's his invitation is, let's analyze these 6 human needs and um, try to use the word. One of the phrases that I love about his events is trade expectation from appreciation, and your life will ever change, and your life will never be the same again. And and that is so powerful, trading expectation from appreciation, because we are all the time expecting something to happen in order to, when I get this, I'll be happy. When I buy this car, I'll be happy. When I do this, I'll be happy. And you better be happy now. And you must be happy now. The invitation is to be happy now and appreciate what you already have. That you're rich right now because your you have your hands, you have your brain, you have your body, you have your family, you have your kids, you have your wife, you have your parents, and they're still alive, and you appreciate that. And as soon as that switches, and then you just realize you're totally rich. You are absolutely rich because you have all that abundance within you. So that's really a powerful thing, because he has um, a way of saying that fulfillment is, having riches without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. If the ultimate, success is based upon being fulfilled, and having all the money in the world without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And he gives a very good example of that, when those people that tend to help everyone, to please everyone, and try to impress everyone, and don't focus on themselves. That's pretty important. And one of the cases that it's so popular here in the United States is, and he gives it away. He couldn't help this. He couldn't help this guy. His name is Robin Williams, and many of you, if I ask you if you know Robin Williams, you'd say everyone loved him, because he was such a spectacular actor and a fantastic comedian, that he was able to perform every single aspect of his acting career amazingly. He went on having the best program, the best TV program in the country for many years. And then he said, when he won that, he said, okay, let's do the best. Let's win an Oscar. Let's win an Oscar in a fun movie. So he did a fun movie and a comedy, and he won Best Actor in comedy. Then he said, well, let's try drama. So he tried, and he focused on drama, and he tried drama, and he had Patch Adams, and he won an Oscar again, going from comedy to drama. And then the best TV program in the country. He was so successful, very, very rich, and he hung himself up. So something was missing. He was pleasing everyone. He was pleasing everybody, but he wasn't focusing on himself. So if you, it doesn't matter if you're completely rich, if you don't trade expectation for appreciation, you will not be fulfilled. So the art of fulfillment is another incredible skill set that he shows up in his workshops. And it's an art. Fulfillment is an art. You can, as I was saying, you can have $1 billion and feel miserable. And the most important decision that we have to make, every one of us, the most important decision that we have to make, no matter what happens in your life, no matter anything that happens in your life, the most important decision is that you live your life in a beautiful state, no matter what happens, because things are going to turn out terribly. You will have problems with your brother, with your sister, with your dad, with your mom, with your wife, with your kids, with everyone. And you must try to change state. You will get pissed, you will get pissed off, but when as soon as things turn down, you have to be able to change that that mindset, and come into a beautiful state. And it's an art. It's really, really, really difficult, but you have to decide to live in that beautiful state, because life is so short. And if one gave you a week to live, or a doctor would tell you you have 3 months to live, or 6 months to live, or a week to live, what would you do? And live in a beautiful state, stay with people that you love, and try to spend the most time with your family, the most time with people around you, the most time um, with with your friends. And that's so important, because things are going to happen. A friend of yours is going to die, or you're going to get divorced, or your family may have a problem. You lose a friend, you lose someone you love, and those things are going to happen. And you have to decide to live in a beautiful state. That's key to creating the art of fulfillment. And one of the cases he always shows, and he always let me see if I have it here. He always mentions in his let me see if I have it here. One second. You got it here. Is Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl spent a long time in Auschwitz, and one of the things he said during what happened to him when he was in the concentration camp, was that he tried to find joy within the concentration camp. That was his way of connecting, and his way of having a beautiful state, even though he was going to die a day later, or 30 minutes after, in 30 minutes, or in an hour, or in 2 hours. He didn't know. In the end, he went out, thanks to his mindset, thanks to chance, good luck, and he was able to get out of there. But the focus is inside. His story is so powerful, and if you can read his book, it's fantastic. The Man in Search for Meaning, and that book is it's so challenging, and all his studies and everything he learned during that time in the concentration camp, he applied it into his most important skill, which is the psychology. So he found out logotherapy, and started later on applying that to many of his patients and people that he wanted to help. People who spend a lot of time in the concentration camps, and they were totally traumatized, and the PTSD, had post-traumatic stress disorders, and people with very difficult situations. He would help them by acknowledging this, enjoy every moment, enjoy every second, and that's the invitation. It's you gotta decide. You have to decide, because things are going to happen in the outside world, but your joy comes from within. It's inside you. So be playful, be joyful. You treat everyone better when you're joyful. When you are playful, you treat everyone much better. And if you're pissed, if you're in a bad mood, and you make decisions that way, you treat people differently. So that's where when you see someone hurting you, see someone talking really bad to you, something's happening inside that person that's making him do that. that type of thing. So um, very important. Um, Tony Robbins has a program called Date with Destiny. See it on Netflix. I'm not your guru. You're gonna find out amazing things in that Netflix, because in that Netflix movie, because it's um, it's one of the methodologies he uses to get people out of depression, out of suicidal persons, or people who have gone through incredible trauma. And he shows there a few of examples that are really really good, so you can connect with them. But um but uh one of the things he actively shows is to find your purpose. And um and finding your purpose comes from, because many people think that, I don't know, success is having a lot of money. But having a rich life right now with what you have, it's very easy. When you trade expectation for appreciation, wealth will come as a decision. Wealth is a decision. And when you see the wealth that way, then you switch automatically your expectation. And you start trying new things. You start trying new things, and you try to experience new things. You try to be a better human being. Right now there's a new humanity in which we all have to um, collide together, to present and to form a better world. Now religions are demystified, science is being demystified, economics have been demystified, governments have been demystified. When you see this pandemic, all of them have been totally demystified, because they don't have an answer to what's going on. And it's out of this pandemic is going to come a new humanity, in which many of the taboos and many of the paradigms that are out there will be destroyed. It will be totally useless. That we haven't found an answer to what's going on, and nor the government or the religion or the science, any of those who are most important um, ways to follow and to get answers are not working now. So this is going to bring a new humanity, in which everyone have to join together, unite. And if you are Muslim, if you're a Christian, if you're a Catholic, if you are Hinduist, if you are Armenian, if you're Jewish, whatever religion you might have, we're going to have to join together in a battle against this pandemic. And this hasn't happened in the history of mankind. So this pandemic is really particular, because it has affected everyone, rich and poor. It has affected every single person. And one of the things that we have to make sure is that we have a great mindset during this pandemic, and that's what's gonna be key in order to progress, in order to grow, in order to sustain, in order to continue developing ourselves. And in order to have that mindset, in order to have that state and keep that state, you gotta stop reinforcing the powers of fear, stop reinforcing the chaos, stop reinforcing the news, stop giving away the fake news, because mostly 80% of the news we get every single day are fake news, are fake, made in laboratories, made in different people, who find, even even very 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 responsible and very important news media outlets, very important newspapers, they would use a tagline with a very tabloid, tabloid, or a very impressive tagline to attract your attention. And so you click on that button, and what it says is totally a fake news. And but then they get you inside, and then they give you the news that are correct. But even that, very important newspapers are using it. So we gotta curate, we gotta check it out, we gotta verify every single outlet of information that we're getting, because otherwise we're putting things in our brain that are not true. With the statistics, with the COVID-19 crisis, with everything. So this new humanity that's going to bring about, it's going to be one. It's going to you need to get your autoimmune system in place. So in order for that, in order to get your autoimmune system on a better place, you need to check up on your health, on your what you're eating. You are what you eat. Remember that tagline. You are what you think. You are what you feel. So eat, thinking, and feeling. Those three we got to put up together to bring out our autoimmune system. We have to do a lot of stuff that Tony Robbins does on a regular basis, such as maybe ice bath or cold shower bath that brings about your autoimmune system, and he does it every day. He even has at home, he has a pool with ice, so it's it's below really 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 cold ice bath, and you practice that daily. The priming is an exercise in which you connect, you hyperventilate, you breathe in, breathe out. Find it out on YouTube and you'll see it. And the priming, what it does is hyperventilates, but it gets you out of your routine, out of your day-to-day mess. It takes your mind out of that, and then you can connect with abundance. You can connect with wealth. You can connect with the things you really want, with your purpose, with your goals. And the only way to do that, it's a daily practice. It's doing yoga, doing meditation, doing anything for yourself now. Being egocentristic in moments like this, it is very important, because you are the guardian of your family, you are the guardian of your life, you're the guardian, and you have to be in an important state every single day. And the only way to do that is through meditation, yoga, exercise, running, whatever you might want to do, but something that brings up your autoimmune system and then helps you out, getting ready for when the pandemic hits you, or when the coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, hits you. You are in a perfect state, and it passes over. So training never stops. One of the things he continuously repeats is that training never stops. You gotta stop. You gotta continue training. Even the most simple steps and the most simple kicks, the most simple performances, the most simple skills, we have to practice them every day, or you gotta practice them continuously in order to progress, in order to bring your mind on a higher level. And when training never stops, training never ever stops, because you need to learn new things in order to get new connections, in order to get new experiences, and in order to get a better understanding of what's going on. So if you practice new things, you got to use your vision and your mission. You put your values first, and then your mission and your vision, and what are your goals in the long term. And in order to attain those goals, what are the skills that you need? And you got to train them and try to train them again and again. Fantastic things that he uses are incantations, which are words that you use, like magic words that you use. It's like a spell that you use, and you say to yourself that every single day. Things, for example, I am, I am a dreamer. I'm a lucid dreamer, and I'm three dimensional, helping everyone, helping millions around the world. I am a I am a light in uh, in uh, in the path of many who surround me. Something like that. You can say that, but that means something really important to you, and you repeat that every single day. You repeat that. You write it down and put it there, so that you use that as an incantation, and you use that as a power spell, as a magical words, um, because they help you, number one, with your state, bringing out to your state. You attach that incantation to an emotion, to something that when the best moment you felt fulfilled, you use that moment and you remember that, and then you use these words to remember that. So every time you say those words, you remember the moment where you were totally fulfilled. And if you want to instill that even further, what he does is he says you use the incantation, use the emotion of the moment you were fulfilled, and you use a power move. You use a power move that when you do the power move, you remember the three things. So that instills that in your brain. And every time you do like this, you remember the moment, you remember your incantation, and you remember, and you go to that state again. So this methodology, he uses it, and he delivers that in his programs, and he repeats it, and he repeats it time and time again, because the good thing about repeating it time and time again is that it instills that in your brain, so you can use it, and you can actually and you can actually change your life for the better. The his best accomplishment is that you change your life. When you change your brain, you change your life. When you ask yourself that question, why have an ordinary life when life can be extraordinary? When you feel that, when you use that, then you suddenly realize that that's the main goal. The main goal is not to have billions and feel miserable. The best goal is to have abundance, to have what you need to live, to complete, to feel complete, to feel joyful, and being fulfilled. That's the main goal. So um, he uses a lot, reading every single day, learning new things, having fun. He redesigns your life. When he redesigns your life from every single aspect of these six human needs. When you talk about certainty, uncertainty, love, significance, and growth, and helping others, every single human need needs those six human needs. And um, he redesigns he tries to redesign life amongst those six human needs, because everyone needs them. Everybody. The thing is that some of them use certainty, or use love, or use different human needs to live their life. And once you acknowledge that, and you say, oh, okay, so I'm gonna do my life based upon certainty and love. I'm gonna be certain, and I gotta spread love. When you realize it down, then your power move, your incantations, your mission, your vision, your values, everything that you do you practice every day. When you prime, when you do your meditation, when you do your yoga, when you build your new humanity, are based upon those human needs. And in the end, if you focus on those two that are your favorite, then you will have an extraordinary life. because it's all being aligned. It's all being aligned. Your values, your mission, your vision, your way of thinking, and what you read, what the way you have fun. It's the things that you actually enjoy the most are the ones that you have to focus. Um, in his case, he had an obsession. He tells that every time he had an obsession to help, an obsession to break through, and that's why he developed these different um, events, an obsession to help because he wanted to help more people, um, and get out of the slump where he was. Um, Tony was um, he was born in California, and his mother was an alcoholic. He used to beat him really hard. She married 4 times, 3 4 times, and he had to take care of the house since he was like 10, 12, 11 years old. So he had to go out and find the groceries, buy things, buy stuff, take care of the house, and take care of his younger brothers. So um, when he was 18, he was huge. He was like, I don't know, 300 pounds or something, and he was in a complete depressed. He was totally depressed, and he has been on he been on a really serious slump. And one day he he heard a he heard a voice. He heard a master. He later on went becoming really good friends of his. But I don't know where he found that, or he delivered in the mail. He got delivered. It got delivered on the mail. But he found a way to meet Jim Rohn, and he bought a ticket. I don't know. He needed $35. So it said, "Change your life, change your do a new life or whatever." Something like that was the the ad that he received, and he used all his money. He bought a ticket and he went there. And since that moment, he switched and he started running every single day. He dropped 100 pounds or something, or 80 pounds, and he applied every single thing he learned with Jim, and he became obviously one of his best fans. And then, well, then he started all his companies and everything he's done, and now he owns 54 companies, $7 billion in sales. It's crazy, the wealth and the abundance in which he lives right now, and he lives part time in Fiji, part time in the U.S., part time in everywhere in the world. And he gives these speeches and his lectures, and he gives coaching to billionaires all over the world, people who paid him $1 million a year just to coach him 2 3 times a year, just to ensure that they are on the right track and they feel better about themselves. And he coaches, many different athletes, very, very top-notch athletes, and that perform better. And the latest one that I saw that he won again, now it's Hugh McGregor. He was on a slump. Tyson also was on a slump as well, and he put them to perform at their best, well, by doing this methodology. So one thing that is really important is in this abundance mindset is the power of momentum. Try to bring up momentum and don't lose momentum, because when you are on the road to thrive on your vision, mission, values, whatever you set up and you want to do. You want to be a yoga instructor, you want to be a entrepreneur, you want to be a manager, you want to get a perfect job, um, you want to get any of those things that you want to get, you need to associate that incantation, that words that you use, that perception. You gotta instill it in your brain, and you want to use these 3 very important beliefs for lasting success. So number 1 is, it must change now. If you want to do powerful things, you're going to impact millions of people, you're going to change now. It must be done now. That's the first belief for lasting success. Then it must change now, then I must change now, and I can change it now. So those 3 things. It must change now, whatever you're doing. I must change now, and I can change now. When you apply these 3 beliefs for lasting success, you apply those, and you actually live the moment in any of those, then those 3 things help you out, because you must get leverage in order to change. And when I say leverage, is that willpower never lasts. What lasts is a purpose. What gives you the power of belief, it's what gives you the challenge to uphold a new thing. So you must get leverage. And when I say get leverage, is feel that you already have it, appreciate it, and thank for it right before you even get it. And when you appreciate, and when you are in a gratitude mode, then it's like feel like it's already done. So that's why the goals are so important. That's why the incantations and the power move are so important, because you start from gratitude, and when you start from gratitude, boom, it's done. It's all there, and it's going to be much easier than anything you've ever done. So that's key to creating a vital life. One of the things he does, that he breaks through, and that I want you to get from this message today, is that the first thing he does is that, I don't know if you've heard, but if you've been in India, you would find in India, right on the streets in India, you would find gurus that have cobras, that have snakes with really important poison that can kill you on the spot. And they go onto a state, on a mental state so elevated, that they go out there and they use that cobra and let them bite them, and put the venom in them, and nothing happens. Same with some preachers. Some preachers go out there and get on a state so elevated, and then when they're in that state, they drink streptine, and they drink poison, and nothing happens. And same in Indonesia, those kids that get on a state, they get so excited, and they get on a really high state, and they get some broken glass, and they drink it, and his intestines and everything doesn't destroy, and doesn't get collapsed. And even so, people in Japan and in China, that they go through, they walk on top of broken glasses, and nothing happens to their feet. And he found out that every single one of them, the preacher, the kids from Indonesia, the guys from India, the guys who handle the cobra in Thailand. In many of those cultures, even the Maori in New Zealand, they would walk over fire. And when they do a haka, and they are in such a big mental state that they walk over fire and nothing happens to their feet. It's because their mind is so up in their mental state that the mind, it's over the body. So the body follows what the mind is thinking, and it gets you being invincible. And he demonstrates that the first day you get into his program in the UPW. And I've always wondered, when I travel around the world, and I've been traveling a lot because of my business, and thanks to insurance companies which lead us to competitions in which, if you compete and if you prevail, and if you go first place, second place, or top 5, top 10, they will invite you to a very important convention, conference, program, administrative workshops, whatever, everywhere around the world. And I've been traveling a lot, and my family has always been a really big fan of traveling. Everyone, my granddad, my dad, my mom, everyone, my aunties, my uncle, everyone, and many of them have lived in London. One of them, others have been in South Africa. Now with the diaspora, we have family everywhere in the world, in South Africa, Belgium, Holland, UK, US, everywhere. So we're everywhere, Panama, whatever. And I've always wondered how this guy, this samurai, or this guy would walk over fire, this guy would walk over broken glass, and nothing happened to him. And one of the things that I found out, first day at Tony Robbins, is that you do a really important meditation, and you bring yourself up, and you bring your energy in such a high level that when you're up there, then you can walk over fire. And we did, and actually I did it the first night. I went with my wife, and we you would do some incantation, you would do a power move, and you would say a few things in your mind while you're crossing. But you cross a good 30 feet stretch, like a 12 meters, and you walk over, boom, boom, boom. It's like 7 steps over 2,500 degrees cold, that it's burning hot, it's totally red, and you walk over it, dun, 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 and as your energy and everything is up there in your mind, you cross it, boom, and nothing happens. In the end, they put some water on your feet, and that's it. And nothing happened. And how is that possible? That's possible with energy. That's possible with meditation. That's possible with bringing your energy up, your energy levels up, to a state and to a moment. We spent hours getting there. It was not like like a 5-minute meditation. No, it was like 4 or 6 hours, auto-suggesting the mind, auto-suggesting, doing incantations, doing the power moves, doing every single one of these methods that I just explained to you about. And if you can apply that to your life, you can do whatever you want. If you use the incantations, if you use your mission and vision, what you wanted was to cross and go over fire without hurting yourself. You use the power move, you use it loud, you have fun, you put a lot of music in it. We did a lot of music there. And you had the will to win no matter what happened. And in the end, you cross over the fire, you get there, and you say, wow, what just happened? And that breakthrough you find on the first day. So imagine that's 4 days of a program, and on the first day you walk over fire. So when you walk over fire, then nothing is impossible. one of the things he says, and one of the shirts I love the most that they sell there, is that a breakthrough is when the impossible becomes possible. Things that you might not even understand, things that you might not even think about that they are possible, you can do it and you can make it possible there. So if you can do that, if you can walk over fire, what can't you do? What limiting belief is letting you think that you cannot accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in life? You can accomplish anything if you use this methodology. Use the incantations, use the power move, use your vision, your mission, your values, your purpose, align that together, and boom, you deliver. And that's what he trains you to do. And breakthroughs, you can find a breakthrough within the program. You can find it later on, you can find it before getting there, but you find the breakthrough in something he says. There are two words, something that really connects with you and that you understood, and that's something really connected, and you see, wow. And that's what it is. A breakthrough is when the impossible becomes possible. Maybe something as little as an experience, some relationship that had been broken, something that happened that relates to you, and you say, wow, this is so easy. And I've been all my life limiting my beliefs. For some reason, religion, most of the things that most of the limiting beliefs come from religion. Something they said to you when you were 5 years old, and you continue thinking that in your subconscious mind, and you can't get over that. And as soon as he starts telling you the information, you do your incantation, you do your power move, you check your vision, your mission, your values, and everything you're doing, boom, and you go forward. You said, oh my God, this was so easy, and I never done it before because I had this limiting belief that I'm not enough, that I'm not possible, that it's a shame, that it's my fault, or it's whatever. It's something that it's really embarrassing, but it happens. And most of the taboos, most of the paradigms we've fixed in our mind are only on our imagination, and they are only there in our mind. So this is my message to you. So go forward now, break through today. If you have your mission, your vision, your values, and everything you want to do, go for it. Write it down, express it, go forward, get your power move, get your mindset on. If something bad happens, get pissed, I don't care. Say bad words, I don't care. But then you go back to your state, your beautiful state. Enjoy every single moment. Enjoy your life now. Enjoy your moment right now, and trade expectation for appreciation, and your life will ever change. Why live an ordinary life when life can be extraordinary? That's Tony Robbins' message for you. And I'm just a messenger delivering you what one of the things that I learned there. And thank you so much for coming every Monday. We have a program on Wednesday. It's going to be really important. That's in Spanish. Tomorrow we have also training. We're doing the 10 minutes every single day, Secrets from an Insurance Broker. That's which is my book in Amazon. Go in my link, and there's the videos there for my book in Amazon. And if you need coaching, it's also there. Go into my bio and get it there, and we do some coaching for you if you need to break through right now. Thank you so much, my friends here at the Zoom. Ricky, Silvia, Milagros, Marieli, nice. Alicia, amazing. See you on Wednesday. Nice. My friends in LinkedIn, thank you so much. Thank you so much for following. Let's hope this helped you out, and you can start getting breakthroughs right now. This